Hey everybody, how's it going? It looks like you're all here and ready to work. So today we're going to be working on another MacBook. Here we have an A1278 board. This is the 820-3115. It has a top-of-the-line Ivy Bridge processor. It has a 1280 by 800 high-resolution screen. It has support for up to 16 gigabytes of RAM. It comes fully featured with a 500 gigabyte 5400 RPM hard drive, and in 2016, this piece of garbage with a dual-core Ivy Bridge CPU, i5, not even i7, still sold for $1,050 plus tax. Apple! Anyway, so let's get started on this beauty. What's going on with this lovely machine is that it does not appear to be turning on like it's supposed to. So first thing we're going to do over here is plug in the DC in board. And this DC in board has a little sticker on it that appears to indicate that it is not the original DC in board. So maybe somebody was trying to solve their problem. And as you can see, we have no green light on the charger. Now, the first thing that we need to get a green light on the charger is a power rail called PP3V42. So let's find out where that is. So we should be able to find that right here. Now, what's our PP3V42? What is our PP3V42? 3.5 volts. Very good. It's exactly what's expected. Now, next thing we have to do is see if the SMC is running. And we do that by checking PPBus G3 Hot. PPBus G3 Hot is one of the system's main power rails. PPBus G3 Hot is created by the U7000 chip. How would that tell me if the SMC is running, you ask? Well, great question. U7000 has a data line with the system management controller that can be seen right here. It's a bidirectional data line. And if that data line is not working because the SMC is not running, instead of producing 12.56 volts on PPBus G3 Hot, it will produce 12.23 volts on PPBus G3 Hot. And as you can see, we're getting something close to 12.23 volts on PPBus G3 Hot, which means that our system management controller is not running. Let's figure out what turns on our system management controller and see if that's what's causing our issue. Let's take a look at the SMC reset circuit. The SMC reset circuit is going to send out a signal called SMC_reset_L. _L stands for low, meaning when the voltage on the signal is low, then the prefix is going to be true. So the purpose of this signal is to reset the SMC when it is low, when it is 0 volts. When the signal is high, the SMC will no longer be in reset mode. Think of reset mode like what happens when you reset your computer or when you hold the reset button down. If you have a standard traditional desktop PC and you hold down the reset button, it's on, but the PC is never really starting. And the same is true of the SMC. This chip is kind of like a brownout detector. It's going to ensure that the SMC waits about a quarter of a second before it turns on so that the PP3V42 rail has a second to stabilize. Now, let's just check out SMC Reset L and see where we can find that. SMC Reset L is going to be present on this chip over here. So let's see if that is present when I measure. And it's not. 0.2 volts. We have two possibilities here, behind three possibilities. Number one, the pull-up resistor here at R5000 is corroded, and as a result, this signal is not being created. Behind door number two, the SMC reset IC is bad and permanently holding the signal down. Behind door number Paul, the SMC is dead and needs to be replaced with another one that is guaranteed to be good off of a 6-year-old donor board, which good luck finding that. I'm hoping that it's number one or number two. One way to find out. So let's inspect. Let's go based on what's easiest. The easiest thing to do is to check R5000. Second hardest, replace U5010. Third hardest, SMC. So let's take a look at where R5000 is on this donor board, on this little MacBook. And that's on the other side of the board. Do keep in mind that would make for the easiest repair. So we're just going to look on the other side of this MacBook and see if I have the easiest repair, which would be great. Random. Remember, all MacBooks fixed on camera are picked at random. Well, folks, That's a lot of dog fur. Cat hair. Ugh. Can you see the pull-up resistor? It's right here. Here. Ew. Let's zoom into the heart of that corrosion. That's what happens when you spill liquid on your MacBook, mofo. Let's go into the heart of that corrosion. Yeah. Isn't that sexy? That's your MacBook, baby. Dog fur and random green shit is not a proper conductor of electricity. Time to fix this board. We're going to use some flux, some hot air. Just add a little bit of flux over here. And get this garbage off of my board. The bad resistor has been removed from the MacBook. The filthy dog hair has been burned and smells like such in my office. Isn't it a joy to work in this industry? Now what we're going to do is we're going to fix that broken pad. As can be seen over here, there's supposed to be a pad where PP3V42 is going to pull up the SMC reset L signal. And that PP3V42 pad that we would expect to be right over here is missing. It is not present, and that is not going to help us. So we are going to scrape away and see if we can bring back a happy little solder pad. We're just going to scrape, 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 scrape. 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 Good. Great, now my flux container has dog hair on it. Yeah. gonna bulldoze this whole area. Disgusting, disgusting trash. Alright, little MacBook. Time for this little MacBook to become a PC. Let's see. How does a boy get so much dog hair? I don't know. Dog? If I had to guess, probably a dog. Now we're going to see if we get a green light in the charger and the ever-important fan spin. This is a fan. This is how you can see if it spins. Ahem. Little MacBook. Little MacBook. Nope. Let's check my SMC reset. First, let's check my PP3V42. Present. SMC reset. 2.9. What? Let's poke around my SMC reset area a little bit. So, you're where my PP3V42 is. Aha! PP3V42 is not making it to this section of the board. That's like half-ass PP3V42. Alright, so we gotta run a jumper. So PP3V42 is not making it to that section of the board over here. So where's the nearest place that I can grab our PP3V42 from? It looks like this capacitor over here. So we're going to run a wire between this capacitor and this part of the board where PP3V42 is supposed to be, but isn't. Let's find that capacitor. That capacitor is going to be right here. And let's get ourselves a little piece of wire. First thing we're going to do is tin that little capacitor. And then we're going to run a wire. It's going to be great. Macbook. See what I did there? I noticed SMC reset was low, but it wasn't totally gone. So I went to where the signal was created, and then I went to see if the pull-up resistor creating the signal was low. And it was in that area because PP3V42 was not fully present. However, in another spot of the board, PP3V42 seems to be present just fine. Let's attach a micro pencil to make the job easier. Much better. Micro pencil. The bigger the glob, the better the job, as Paul S. would always say. The bigger the glob, the better the job. Now we're just going to route that wire around nicely in here. There we go. Cut off the excess over here. We're going to turn this board around and witness the beauty of fan spin. Glory. Fan spin. Green light. Working board. That's all there is to it, folks. It's just that simple. So we had a board over here that didn't have a green light in the charger. We had PP3V42, but the issue wound up being that SMC reset L was not present and the SMC was not turning on. The place where SMC reset L is pulled up was corroded on the board. We went over here. We went to the part where it was supposed to be pulled up, where it was corroded, and we replaced the resistor and other things in the area. The connection between PP3V42 and pin 1 of the resistor was damaged, so we found PP3V42 from another area on the board and ran a jumper wire to it. After running a jumper wire to it, it worked, we had green light, and fan spin. Hopefully you learned something. And with that, we're going to move on to the next board. If you want to get a board fixed just like this one, just go to rossmangroup.com or sendyourmacbook.com. That's sendyourmacbook.com. Don't delay. Head to our website and give us money today.